Hey everybody, Sarah with you today for this month's Cherry Challenge series. I am going to do some serious stash diving, and I'm also going to play along with the Grab 5 challenge over at a Cherry on Top's message boards. I am showing you my Grab 5 items. I'm going to pair them with the family collection from Echo Park and this adorable photo. So I'm just going to go through the papers here, choose the ones I want, get an idea for how I'm going to incorporate everything onto my layout, and then we can get to scrapbooking. This is a series that I do with my fellow design team members and crafty friends, Natalie, Nicole, and Jessica. So in the description box below, you will find a link to the challenge I am doing. And you can go through the list and grab your own 5 items to create with. And you will also be able to hop through and see which challenge on a Cherry on Top's message boards Natalie, Jessica, and Nicole chose. I know that's a couple of the girls chose the graphic designer challenge, which is super cute. So be sure to go ahead and check those out. I thought today for a background, I would use that pre-printed framed pattern paper and show you how to pull together all kinds of scraps, little bits and bobs that are hanging out on your desk and use them on your layout. That's what I did. So my Grab 5 elements, most of them, the flowers, the ribbons, those kinds of things were all literally just hanging out on my desk waiting to be used. And I was super excited to be able to pull them all together onto this layout. I'm going to go ahead and double map my photos with these 2 pattern papers. I'm starting with the dark and then the light, and I'm going to make the outside mat quite a bit wider so that we have, we end up, I think, so my photo size is somewhere around like maybe 3.5 by 5.25, something like that. And I'm just going ahead. And I ended up with a photograph that was probably all matted, not quite 4 by 6, probably more like 4 by 5.5, but close. This black ribbon piece is a embellishment that I cut out and created using a Kiwi Lane template. I did these for a previous video maybe a month and a half ago. And so I was super excited to be able to get that piece on. The next thing I'm going to use are these ribbons from Color Rush Studio. Ever since the Rediscover Your Stash hop, which was the end of January, I've been obsessed with Color Rush Studios frazzles and ribbons. Oh my gosh. So I've never been a big ribbon girl, but these ribbons, they're easy to use, they're fun, they're so gorgeous. I have been loving adding little bits and of ribbon to like everything I make. So I'm going to take these ribbons. I'm going to cut a strip of the ribbon, and then I'm going to staple it to the paper right in the middle, and then tie a pretty tight kind of knot or bow sort of. So my idea and my plan for this layout is that I have my photo right in the middle of that pre-printed background. Then I added that black ribbon piece across the bottom. Now I'm going to take the ribbon and I'm going to create almost like a half of a box, sort of. So I have this little kind of U-shaped area that passes under my photo, and I'm going to fill in all of that open space between the bows and my photos with ephemera and stickers and all kinds of fun things. I did it this way. I really wanted to get the bows on to the paper before I started kind of filling in those areas. I love to create clusters with lots of layers, and I knew if I did the clusters first, I wouldn't know where to stop, and I would end up without space for the ribbon. I hope that makes sense. So this way, I have a dedicated clustering area to fill in. I cannot stress enough. I cannot say enough how much I love these ribbons. They're so good. So once I had stapled the middle of the ribbon and then tied it, I added foam squares just behind the top and bottom edges of the ribbon, and that's going to keep everything in place really well. Now I'm going to dig into this Tim Holtz ephemera packs. So these ephemera packs are like super neutrals. I have 2 packages of them. They've kind of been floating around my scrapbook room for a while because I just wasn't 100% sure what I wanted to do with them. And today was the day. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to grab a bunch of these ephemera pieces. I'm going to cut some of them in half. And I'm staying away from the black ones. I don't think we need any more black on this scrapbook layout. This photo was taken in Pittsburgh, and a couple of these little ephemera pieces reference Pittsburgh. So I thought that those would be really, really fun to use. I also love these ones that have like the handwriting. And as you can see here, once I start to kind of put them down, some of them have a little bit of like a pink hue to them, which is going to work perfectly with this collection from Echo Park. So while I do this, let's talk about this family collection from Echo Park, which I truly think might be my favorite collection from the fall and winter releases this year. Which is odd because I'm not a huge Echo Park person. I don't go gaga over their collections. I buy a couple here and there, but this one was just the best. I absolutely loved it. And if you've been around my channel during, November, December, January, February, you have seen me use this quite often, both in cards and on scrapbook pages, because I really love it. So I will link up the Echo Park family collection in the description box below, but the rest, and I will also link up Color Rush Studios where you can grab some of those ribbons if you like. And also, I have a discount code for Color Rush Studio that I can put in the description box too. Yay! Okay. So, these flowers I'm using now, I die cut them and created them ages ago. I did them for a Maggie Holmes Monday project where, I needed some extra flowers, and I just went ahead and made some of my own using dies and things from my stash. But literally, I think I made these flowers like 2 years ago. So these have been hanging out for a while. And I was super excited to be able to get all of the leftover ones onto this page. It worked perfectly. And past me was super awesome to myself and made them self-adhesive with some Altenew adhesive sheets. So that was added bonus. Thank you, past me. I'm going to go ahead and add a couple of sticker phrases and just kind of even out each of the clusters on either side of my photograph with this sticker book. And now I'm going to go ahead and add my title. So these thickers, oh my gosh, these are the thickers that go with the Forever Fields collection. These are some of the best thickers I've ever used in my entire life, and I adore them. And I will link them in the description box below because I do think they're still available over at A Cherry on Top. I love them. They're like little circle typewriter keys, but the best part is they're sticky, so you don't have to add extra adhesive to them. They're actually sticky, and they're like puffy stickers, and you get oodles and oodles and oodles of letters, like so many vowels. It's amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and spell out my title, which is going to be You Are Amazing. And then I am going to go ahead and add some accents with a sequin mix. So my sequins are from my stash. They are from Seagull Mom Scraps, who is no longer making sequin mixes, sadly. But I was worked for Spiegel Mom Scraps for, oh my gosh, like 8 years, 9 years. So this girl has a stash of sequins that you would not believe. And I am going to not hoard them, but I'm going to use them. So I'm taking these pretty, that's like a brown and a copper mix, and I am going to scatter them all over my clusters for a little bit of sparkle. And that is where we are going to call this layout done. As always, if you could please hit that like button if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet and you enjoy all kinds of scrappy and paper crafting goodness, this is the spot for you. Here are all of the close-ups, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.